My name is NonStopAntonio, and today we're going to be watching and reacting to episode 137 of My Hero Academia, which is also episode 24 of season 6. It is titled A Young Woman's Declaration, which I think has to do with Uraraka. We have to probably deal with the people inside UA getting mad that Deku's there. Because the last episode we saw the Class A go against Deku, grab his ass, and drag him back to UA so that he can be safe. And I'm curious to see how everything can unfold, especially because this is the second to last episode for this season, which means we are almost out of My Hero Academia, and I cannot believe it's almost over. So let's see what this episode of My Hero Academia is about in my reaction and then discussion. Welcome to NonStopAntonio, where I talk about everything nerdy. I love Marvel, DC, and anime, and if you do too, I hope you enjoy this video. Jumping right into this week's episode of My Hero Academia. I like how he says that they reinforced the UA barrier, and I thought it was just going to be simple design, but that is a gigantic freaking wall they have out there. Like, they just said that it has the same defense of Tartarus, and they're like, well, yeah, he broke into Tartarus. His own personal improvements. Oh yeah, I forgot, he's a super genius rat, or mouse. You know what I mean. You know, he says that, but how do they stop Shigaraki's disintegration powers? Like, how do they stop that from just destroying the wall? Oh, UA can move! It can move? Huh? It has underground tunnels that go into various routes, but what stops villains from going through those? It's like a robot anime. Oh. You know, this is kind of a wild ass defense system. Like, how does this run under the city? This is the question. There's so much stuff going on here. Oh, they're actually referencing the other schools that we haven't referenced since what? The sports event? Oh, and not the sports event. Their provisional licensing. Look at Deku. God damn, that kid looks exhausted. Like, he just looks like he's done. And then you have these grown-ass adults telling him to go away. What a bunch of losers. I understand that they're scared about their safety, but he's a child. Doesn't having one for all make you a Nomu? Oh, it's Kota! Of course, you got the news stations throwing it up, making people scared. Most valuable asset. Again, he's also a child. A child. Like, come on, guys. Have some sympathy. Like, everyone's wearing, like, nothing. Like, no one's wearing jackets, and Endeavor has a hat on in a jacket. Oh, actually, wait. It's probably because of his fire powers. Never mind. That makes sense. I take it all back. Probably he can't get wet, or fire won't work as well. Just because you guys messed up. What do you mean they messed up? How did they mess up? They did everything they could and got absolutely wrecked. God damn, the people are gonna riot. There's children in there, guys. It's Deku's worst fear. The public is turning against the heroes. Come on, Deku, go see your mom. It's time for Uraraka to give her speech. A young woman's declaration. God, I'm gonna tear up during this episode, aren't I? God damn, it's gonna be a very emotional speech coming from Uraraka. Making these idiots realize that Deku left them so that he could save them. Yet now he has to come back so he can be saved. Oh, look, it's the person Deku saved! God, it's gonna be a very emotional episode. I already know it. I'm gonna be freaking tearing up and crying. We're probably both happy and sad tears. Look, guys, you want us to be covered in mud too? What a bunch of losers! God damn! What a pathetic! Oh, that is a nice looking shot. God, the music just makes me tear up too. Like, god damn. You know, anime has a special a way of just making you tear up and making you cry. It's just, I used to never be able to tear up during stuff, and then this stuff right now, something you grow with, something when you realize, when you just get to know a character and you kind of understand them, and then you have the music that just kind of punches you in the gut and makes those emotions come up. Look, he's just a normal high schooler. Heroes are just normal people too. They're not just superheroes, they're people. Deku's saying that Uraraka is really in his corner. Always has been and always will be. Yes. Yes. Kota's running up to be with the hero that saved his life, that inspired him. Why am I crying so much? God damn it. Why is it so emotional? Oh my god, I don't think this goddamn anime does something else to me. Kota had to be like Deku. That's why he moved. He ran forward when no one else would, because they were scared. Wow. Wow. Shelters weren't letting the people who looked different in. Wow. What great people. What a great world we're in. Good thing UA is not full of horrible people like those other shelters. Hell, like, can't they go to the other school? Well, yeah, the same shit would happen there. Useless people. It makes more sense than it makes way more sense for him to be at UA anyways. That's where he started his hero journey. Exactly, this guy finally realizes it. If you're gonna reject the heroes that are left, what are you gonna have in the future? You're gonna have nothing. Heroes are retiring left and right. There's not many of them left. Will things go back to the things before? No. I'll get it back. Never mind. Of course Deku's gonna get it back. I mean, like, realistically, things will not go back to the way they were, but Deku will fight for everything. They just need to be able to think about everyone, not just themselves. Think about everyone, and they can have a better future. So that the heroes aren't alone, like Uraraka always says. If the heroes are in trouble, who's gonna help the heroes? Yes, Aizawa. Ooh, he's got a metal leg now? Ooh. Oh, they're still talking to Kurogi, okay. Still trying to see if his friend is within him. He was secretly transported. Okay, so they're trying to save him. They're trying to bring him back. The heroes might have a teleporter soon, if they can go back and get their friend. Ah, so they put everyone in a well, not quarantine, but they isolate them so that they could make sure it's not Toga. Okay, that makes sense, because you could just, change into people. Oh, it's Stain! Oh, okay, actually, Stain won't kill All Might. He believed that All Might is a proper hero, so he's not gonna kill All Might. No, it's over! I swear to God, every freaking week, I'm like, we're like getting to the end, something's about to happen, and then it ends. And I just want more. Like, this episode wasn't action-packed or eventful, but it was very, very emotional with a lot of good moments. Oh my God. Okay. This could possibly be one of my shortest reactions because there's just gonna be a lot of dead space of nothing, but we'll see. Let's watch the preview. The final episode. I think it's the final episode anyways. A new vow to Class A and his friends. No man is an island. Okay, so All Might's good. He's gonna come back. But Stain looks like he's gonna be meeting All Might, which makes me feel like Stain's gonna offer his help to fight the villains because he believes only true heroes should survive in this society. God damn, let's talk about that emotional episode now. I cannot believe how emotional that episode was. Like, it was not a very action-packed episode, like I said, but it was filled with emotions running high. The music adds to the score, showing that all these people are just terrified for their lives, but a lot of them aren't thinking clearly because, you know, they all forget that Deku is a kid. And they're worried about him. They're scared of him because they know he has multiple quirks. And they think he's a Nomu of some kind. And I find it interesting that Bakugo's mom was preventing Deku's mom from going to see him because it was dangerous, which I don't know if it was dangerous because they all see that he has multiple quirks and they think he's a danger, or if they think that the villains are just gonna pop out of nowhere and attack them when they go up to Deku. Like, oh my god, it was a lot. That episode was a lot. Really having Uraraka make everyone realize that Deku is just a kid. He's just a high schooler. He's not special. He's just like everyone else. All he's trying to do is protect them, and he's going to do everything he can to save Japan and bring it back to how it once was. And he even says that when that one guy asks him, are you going to be able to give it all back? And he's like, I'm good. We're going to bring it back. Like, that's what the heroes do. They're going to try to bring it back. And the thing is, a lot of these civilians don't even realize that a lot of their heroes are just retiring. A lot of them aren't even staying around to help. They're just becoming civilians again. Where Deku, the class, and some of the other pro heroes that are around there are continuing to fight, even though everyone else is hating on them and thinks they're failures. Even though realistically, is it really the hero's fault that an OP villain came with an army of villains that outnumbered the heroes? Not really, because there are more people who would go to the bad side rather than being heroes. Because there's probably a shit ton of people on the street that are just normal civilians who don't have the powers to be heroes, so they choose just to have a normal life. So, like, of course there's gonna be way more villains than there are heroes. And I love how it was Kota that ran up with the girl that Deku saved a few episodes ago, because Kota watched Deku risk his life to save him. He watched Deku put in his all to save him from Muscular the first time. And even though Kota hated him and didn't want heroes around him, he still saw a hero do everything to save his life. And I really, really liked that moment there. And that was probably my favorite moment from the episode, was Kota running up and telling Deku, I couldn't move at first, but then I knew I had to be like you. God, it makes me tear up just talking about it because of how, like, inspiring it is, how emotional it was, and just everything that went on with it. Seeing the emotion in the faces, like, Bone Studio did an amazing job animating this, and it was fantastic. But it also just shows the civil unrest with everyone as well, how emotions are running high. But I love how it makes them realize that they need to help this kid. They need to give him a place to stay because he's probably their only chance of making things go back the way they were. And one by one, the people realize that they were wrong and that they need to support this kid. And it's just such a touching moment. I can't wait to see what happens next. What was your favorite moment from the episode? With the Uraraka speech? With the Kota running up? Was it the people realizing that Deku needs to stay there? Let me know down in the comments and let me know what you thought about this episode in general. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. This was an emotional one. And if you want to see my other reactions, check the description down below for my other videos. I have Cowboy Bebop and Black Clover releasing weekly. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps a lot. And I will talk to you all later.